Good morning, everybody. It is February the 25th, 2016. Time to kick off another trading day, and it is the final day of this week's Treasury auctions. Today, the 7-year goes to market. The 2 and the 5-year issues have been well bid and well supported, with the dealer takedown about 20%. Indirect and foreign offers have been big. And we look for a good 7-year auction today too. Ultimately, I think it will resolve itself around the price of crude oil and the direction of the E-mini, and both of those are stable overnight, sideways. We do have news today that can shake things up and move the markets. First piece of business will be durable orders. I've seen plus 2 to 3%. Counter day is 2%. Transportation unchanged. No growth from last month. If you look at the year-to-year on figures, depending on which category you look at, they're all negative from where they were last year. Jobless claims 270, which is the default now. FHFA housing could come in higher than forecast. All the housing numbers have been at plus a half. And natural gas inventories minus 125B. The focus will be durable orders, transportation. Then it'll quickly move to the direction of crude / the E-mini. And yesterday we were getting just whipped around by crude oil in the morning session, and then in the afternoon it separated. Resistance begins at 6, so selling failure to take out 6 to 12, and it's going to be a little wide just because of the news and the potential reaction for that. Treasuries will react fundamentally. If durable orders comes in less than forecast, especially if transportation comes in a negative number, we can rally up pretty quickly. As for every day this week, if the E-mini starts to sell, we want no part of the short side of the market. And second sell will be 15 to 19. On the buy side, support begins at 31, 28, so 29 to 01 is buy 1, and then 21.25 is buy 2. Again, they can't move the paper if the market is selling, and the market, if it is selling heavily, it's due to a piece of news, and we have potentially that piece of news: durable orders, transportation. So that's the first thing to get out of the way. El Nino has certainly made for a very mild winter for us, and I think for most of the United States. It's supposed to be give us a pretty bad winter in the Northeast, but I don't think they've had a very bad winter up there either. Most of it stayed up in Canada. Okay, looking at the 30-year, 25. Got a V period high up here at 67. Even, so 27. Selling failure to take out 28 to 67. 27s to 31 will be sell 1. And then we have this break up there. I think if we get through the buck, it'll move higher. 7 to 11. Sell 2. On the buy side, Asia stopped at 10. So 9 to 13 is our first buy. And we have this D period low, a C period extension. I'm going to give it a little room. they have no trouble getting through my number 1 levels on the bond. I mean, they just, usually we don't even have an opportunity to trade at our number 1 levels as fast as it's been moving. Like the long side because of the auction. But we do have news to get through first. Okay, gold is hanging in there. It is finding buyers as it trades lower. And we can see that Asia held up in the 32 area. We had a 25, 27 buy, and then 19s to 21s, and the low was 22. I've got pretty good support at 32 or 37 right now. So 33 to 35 is buy 1. Pretty aggressive. Then 25, 27 buy 2. Like the buy side better than the sell side. 39s to 41s, sell 1. And then back to 45, 47 for sell 2. And this one will hand your trade opposite of the E-mini and crude. Might have to crack a nice bottle of white burgundy this weekend. The weather warms up enough that I've been saving. My wife is making me clean out my wine hoard, she calls it. And I can drink a Chardonnay in the middle of the winter, but when it gets warmer we usually go to lighter fare. Okay, the euro, 10.50, which is where we were last night. So 10.50 to 10.75 is where resistance is. Sell 1, 10.50. Pressure's right. What is Draghi going to do next to assure the world that the European economy is great and everything is fine? And he also needs to drive the euro dollar down, so he stands a chance at exporting to somebody besides European Union members. Buy 1, 10 to 20. Buy 2, 90 to 110 even. Sell 1, 10.50. Sell 2, 10.75. What will crude oil do today? We had our first North Dakota big player up there say there will be no more fracking. He's shutting in. Cash flow problems are getting to them. So Saudi Arabia's first big casualty. Chesapeake, there's stories about them filing for bankruptcy. I mean, it's not over. All oil majors and miners and domestic are suffering because of the price of oil for sure. But you can see right through here we've got a pretty clean break in this 31.50 area. Remember last week we said a 31.55 buy structurally was a pretty good buy. We did get beneath it. We did make it down to 30.60, about $1 beneath it, but it held up pretty well for a couple of days. So this 31.50 area is a pretty clean break in the market. And if we come up here and take a look at, got this I period high, we've got this spill right here, got an A period high right there, got a single print right there, this 33.25 area, 33.50 is pretty good resistance. So 31.50, 31 and a quarter by 1. And I really don't like the long side of this contract. And then 30.75, 30.50 by 2. Might get some movement today. 32 and a quarter, 32.50, sell 1. And then 32.75, 33 even, sell 2. I think the short side is the better side to play crude from, but that does not stop it from rallying, and we're not afraid to get long during the day. Don't worry too much about fundamentals, but generally speaking, when the market rallies a couple, $3 or $4, buying a put $2 to $5 away has been a very profitable trade. And if you can set shorts up there and can figure out a way to hold them that long, that's been an extremely profitable trade too. Okay, what will E-mini do today? Durable orders, that's a big number. The direction of crude is also. So I see the upside right now of the E-mini before the news hits limited by the price of crude. We've got a seller 40 plus or minus. First trade that'll pop up is 35 to 40, so selling 34s to 39, sell 1. I think we get through and take out the overnight session high. We're probably pointed up to 50, so 49 to 54 would be sell 2. And on the buy side, 20 to 25, that's where support is right now. We'll adjust it after the news. And then 10 to 15. Tom DeMark said over the next 3 days, that was over either yesterday or today, the 1927 level. So basically Tom DeMark saying 1925 is the market's tipping point. Durable orders, ex-transportation. So durable orders is called up 2%, ex-transportation unchanged. Jobless claims 270. FHFA housing price index up 0.5. And natural gas inventories minus 125 BCF. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'll get busy with that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.